Crystal, thank you. Well, Putting on a Ritz is back and bigger than ever. Kicking off first Friday with new host, a new DJ, and some Jacksonville's hottest talent. This month showcases is inspired by legendary Apollo Amateur Night format, and it returns to the Ritz Theater. Joining us here to talk a little bit more about this is the Jingle Queen herself, Miss Deb McDuffie, and Dr. Sean Powell. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for having us.
It's so good to see you again.
Again, yes.
Miss Duffy is also our living legacy. She was awarded that and so many other awards. Dr. Powell, you know this.
Yes.
You know, sitting next to her, you're like,
yes, like wow. That's my mentor.
yes. Well, listen, I tried to adopt her too in the very beginning when I first moved here. But before we get into all that, let's talk about the Ritz. This is important. You love music. This is so big to come back to Jacksonville. Tell us all about it.
Right. Well, I got hired in the early 90s to take over Apollo Amateur Night as producer because attendance was waning, and it was, you know, it needed a lift. It needed a boost. And so I got a whole new band, Ray Chu and the Crew, which everybody in the country knows now. And I reformatted the show and added a couple of things. In fact, our La Villa legend came from the Apollo legend, which is what I started at Amateur Night there. So when I moved here and was hired as a production manager at the Ritz, I asked Carol Alexander if I could recreate Apollo Amateur Night at the Ritz as Ritz Amateur Night. And it took off from day one. It was sold out every first Friday. And we took a hiatus. COVID slowed us down. We did it virtual for a while, which really doesn't work with a show of that nature. But now we're back better than ever.
Tell me all about how this comes for the community. So when people talk about what is there to do, this is what you want to bring your entire family to, right, Dr. Powell?
Exactly. As a development and community outreach coordinator, only thing I heard being out there is, when is Putting on the Ritz coming back? When is Putting on the Ritz coming back? I can sing, you know, people auditioning for me on the streets. So, you know, you like, you know, so the community asked for it and got with Miss Deb and we brought it back.
Yeah. Listen, when people see you, they know that you are the Jingle Queen and music is in your blood. What is some of the advice that you want folks to know when they are coming to Putting on the Ritz?
The unique thing about Putting on the Ritz is that all the performers get positive feedback. They almost get a private coaching session, whether they're singers, whether they're instrumentalists, whether they're comedians, spoken word, which is Dr. Powell's forte, as well as acting. So we give them pointers to help them improve their craft. And that's what I like best about it. It's not just, oh, if you're horrible, you get booed off stage, which they do. But we also give them positive feedback and tools that they can take with them so that their craft, their art gets better. And that really, to me, is the foundation of Putting on the Ritz.
Yeah. What do you love about this show? I mean, you don't have to do it. You can, you know, choose something else, but this is the development project that you choose.
Yeah, it's because it's the people. It's craft, it's music, it's art. You know, so I love all of it, the dance and the acting and the singing, just to see the smiles on the people's faces. And I love Dr. Booski. You know, Dr.
Tell
Booski.
Tell us who
Dr. Booski is.
Well, you know, there was the Executioner in the Apollo, and it was Sandman. And so when we decided to bring the show back, we said, we got to do something with our, quote, Sandman and make it special. And this one came up with Dr. Booski.
I love it.
And Dr. Booski is a medical doctor, and he comes out with a prescription pad. If you get booed, he comes out with the pad, he gives you a prescription, and he escorts you off stage.
Well, this is an important event. We're already in July. The year is moving so fast.
Right.
This is happening July 10th. If anyone's interested in joining and coming to see this show, one thing that they'll take away from this show, besides just loving the music,
the camaraderie of being an entertainer, because all the contestants bond. One of the other joyful things for me being backstage as the producer is watching the contestants do this. Girl, you can do it. You can do it. Go on. Oh, you did great. You know, and it has nothing to do with demographics. It's not. There's a diverse group, and that is so important today.
Yeah.
It's so important today that we bring folks together, and the arts is the perfect medium for bringing people together. So it's about more than the music.
And you definitely want this one critiquing your work
Right.
too. All right, thank you so much for joining us here on Good Morning Jacksonville. If any information, it's all going to be posted on firstcoastnews.com. Deb and Dr. Powell, thank you so much for joining us.
You're
I
welcome.
love seeing
Thank
you.
you. Take care.
We'll be back after this.